This newscast is brought to you by Lavo.
Hello friends and colleagues. The fourth day of the 46th Manaki Brothers International Cinematographers Film Festival passed, filled with events, screenings, and networking. Take a moment to watch our highlights of the day.
Wednesday, September 24th, kicked off with a press conference featuring David McFarland and Dominic Sedler, the creators of Vindicta, which was screened previous evening as part of the official program. McFarland emphasized the importance of the entire team and his close collaboration with director Dominic Sedler. He noted that their goal was to make the film feel intimate and emotional, drawing viewers as close as possible to the on-screen story. This approach influenced their lens choice, favoring short to medium focal lengths to capture close-ups, eyes, interiors, and so on. For the same reason, McFarland opted for handheld shooting, which dominates the film. David and Dominic also shared insights into other aspects of the film's production process. As promised, we bring you an interview with David McFarland.
This project for me means it was a great opportunity for me to try and create a perspective to tell a really important story. One of the driving factors that led me to do this film was that I had an opportunity to lend my perspective to telling a story which is so important, but we've all seen a lot of films dedicated to this story. So it afforded me an opportunity to help create a language to try and convey some really important human emotion through. Ultimately, we decided filming this mainly with handheld cameras. I was the main camera operator, and I had another B camera operator as well. And yeah, I think the director was interested in capturing handheld because I think he wanted to create a bit of a human connection and more of a human perspective, which I thought was really the right way to photograph this project. I mean, I think that this is such an important story about someone coming over some incredible odds, as so many people did in that conflict and do today. And so when I embark on creating a language for any film, the first thing I'm trying to think about is the perspective. And so I think that, filming this handheld ultimately was the right decision because I think it helped us create a very tangible experience for the viewer and one that's based in reality. I think, inherently, photographing every film, there's going to be some challenges, both logistically and maybe due to the subject matter. I think one of the biggest challenges for me on this film was trying to create a cinematic language which really backed up the emotional intent of the scenes. But the big challenge was trying to do it in a way that gave the most room for the actors to perform. So with that in mind, I tried to come up with lighting schemes where the lighting was as far away from the set as possible, so it would afford me the ability to be spontaneous on any given scene in terms of where the camera was. After we finished filming, I'm pretty good at coming to grips with the fact that that's it. I don't sit around and think too much about what I should have done or what I would have done differently. I mean, inherently I do sometimes, but I'm pretty good at accepting, the end result. I mean, I've been doing it long enough now, thankfully, that usually what ends up on the screen was what was intended, and that was certainly the case on this. Obviously, hindsight is 20/20, and you would always, want to do things a little differently if you had more time. But no, I accepted the parameters we had to work in, and I'm really happy with the results.
Following this briefing, the Insightful Light Cine presentation took place at the Manaki Cinema at 10:30 a.m. Hosted by the company representative Vika Safragina, it featured a panel of cinematographers including Rachel Clark, BSc, Mick Van Rossum, NSC, David McFarland, Pascal Marin, AFC, and Lara Villanova, AEC. The session began with a screening of a collage of films shot using L'Arts Cine lenses, after which Tony L. Tom, L'Arts Cine's regional sales manager in Europe, introduced Hector, the company's new lineup of Cine lenses optimized for compact mirrorless cameras. Attendees then had a chance to see these lenses in action through a short demo film. The panel discussion, moderated by Vika Safragina, explored various aspects of lenses selection, use and testing, with the cinematographers sharing their insights and experiences. The event concluded with a lively Q&A session.
At noon, the Manaki Cinema hosted a masterclass by renowned cinematographer and festival laureate Darius Kanji, who shared the story of his path into filmmaking and reflected on his vision for the cinematography process. An hour later, the Army Hall held a close event, the co-production forum with France. The second part of the day's program traditionally began at 5 p.m. with 2 screening sessions. The first, part of the documentary program, took place at the Manaki Cinema and featured 3 films by filmmakers from France, Germany, and Greece. At the same time, the Cultural Center screened Christie, part of the Adriatic Audience Award program, a film co-produced by Ireland and the UK and directed by Brendan Canny. At 7 p.m., the Manaki Cinema hosted the short program, featuring 5 films shot by directors of photography from Slovenia, New Zealand, Portugal, Switzerland, and France. In parallel, the Cultural Center continued the official program with Sirit, a Spanish-French co-production shot by Mauro Hers.
As usual, the open-air Mac Point screening began at 8 p.m. next to the Army Hall. It featured Lotus, directed by Tadia Pavlovska, and The Last Balkan Cowboy by director Sabadin Ali.
At the same time, at the Pioneer Bar, one of the official festival's venues, the award ceremony for Darius Kanji, ASC, AFC, took place. The event has brought together numerous cinematographers attending the festival, including fellow laureate Wally Pfister, along with sponsors, journalists, and other guests. Among the distinguished attendees were Zoran Lutkov, Minister of Culture of the Republic of North Macedonia, and Tony Konianovsky, Mayor of Bitola. Festival director Dmitry Doksevsky welcomed the audience before inviting Minister of Culture Zoran Lutkov to the stage to present Darius Kanji with his prize, the Lifetime Achievement Award, the Golden Camera 300.
An hour later, 2 more screenings followed. At the Manaki Cinema, Eddington, shot by festival laureate DOP Darius Kanji, and at the Cultural Center, I'm Still Here, part of the official program. The latter is a Brazilian-French co-production shot by DOP Adrian Tigido.
With these 2 screenings, the day's program came to a close. Yet the festival still has 2 more days to go, filled with insightful events and captivating film screenings. Stay tuned.
This newscast is brought to you by Lavo.